interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. Good day and welcome to Conspiracy News with Michael Strange. It's Thursday, and that means another Conspiracy News as we begin talking about the conspiracy that is the news. And that is, of course, the inside joke that you guys are privy to as being a part of this show and watching and laughing at the news along with me because, well, it's sometimes it is laughable. Sometimes it's a joke. And, well, I don't know. You could probably give 1,000 examples, and we have on this show, and we'll give 1,000 more. But clearly the news cycle is terrible. The media is completely out of control and partisan and using the news to make us hate each other. And that's really the way this should not be. And so as a result, just reading the regular ass news, well, it becomes a conspiracy, doesn't it? What'd they say? How do the dystopian sayings go? Something to the effect of when the truth becomes verboten to say, I don't know, something or other. I don't know. I forget the quote, but it's something like that, right? When you can't even speak the truth anymore because you're the enemy of the state, that tells you everything you need to know, and it's a terrible state of affairs. And again, that's why we do the show. It's more important to kind of look at some of these things and outside of that political spectrum and actually talk about, some science discoveries and some news and some things that are going on. And even the science discoveries to really look at whether this is clickbait or not. And as we've seen recently and we'll continue to see, I'm pretty sure that these clickbait science things are going to continue when, there's really not a lot behind them. So anyway, that's what the show's about. I'm Mike. This is Conspiracy News, and we're doing it. We're going to do, what are we going to do? Actually, before we do that, we're going to do this. So this show actually started from another show called Troubled Minds, and over there we do aliens, conspiracy, the paranormal, that kind of stuff, right? It's, kind of like one of those fringe type of shows, that actually broadcasts on the Fringe FM now, and we do it on Facebook and YouTube, etc. But we used to do an entire news segment over there, and it just got bigger and more bloated and more things to talk about. So we split it off, and it became its own show, and that's this show. So, and we started over there recording these live and taking live phone calls, and so it's part of the transparency part. It's definitely important to me that there's an open line for if I've stepped on somebody's feelings, and they can give me a call and set me straight immediately. And you're able to do that. Or, not just for that. That's one good reason. But another good reason is if you disagree and you want to have a conversation, we can do that and still be friends. So if you want to, please give me a call, 702-957-1037. If you go to troubledminds.org, that is the official website of this and the other podcast. You can find the phone number right on top. You can also click the Discord link. That's right on top as well. And we'll put you on the show. Join the Discord, jump in the caller queue, and we'll put you on the show. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about the news and what the hell is going on today. I thought this was pretty funny. This is by CBS Sports, and we don't do sports a lot. We do from time to time, talking about the conspiracy, because of course there's conspiracy everywhere. But I thought this was hilarious, and the headline hilariously says, "Tom Brady's hilariously brilliant plan to win nearly $2 million betting on a Super Bowl prop. And this is funny. Check this out. One of the most popular... Okay, now, for those of you that don't know, a prop bet is a bet on a particular game about a particular thing happening. So it's not like the score or who wins, though those can be prop bets, but it's about... let's say if this player does this or that player does that, or this team scores this many points, or this defense holds that team to this many points, right? That type of thing. So those are the types of bets that go on. But here we go. So one of the most popular props to bet on during the Super Bowl was for the total of Tom Brady's rushing yards. And that's because the over-under was set at half a yard, just half a yard. If you bet the over and Brady rushed for just 1 yard, you win the bet. And so, of course, Tom Brady, everybody knows he's old, old for NFL purposes. I think he's 43 now, 42, 43, something like that. But he doesn't run much anymore, as a quarterback would. But anyway, this was, bear with me. I'm just explaining the sports ball stuff for the people that don't get it. But hold on one sec. This gets better and funny. So it's hard to say how much players pay attention to this stuff, but as it turns out, not only was Brady aware of the prop bet's existence, he actually came up with a diabolical plan to win nearly $2 million by betting on it. Buccaneers quarterbacks coach Clyde Christensen revealed the plan during a Monday interview on the Pat McAfee show. Quote, "I'll give you one funny story from our last quarterback meeting before the Super Bowl," Christensen said. "We walk in and Brady goes, 'Hey, I got an idea. There's a half yard over-under for me rushing for half a yard in the Super Bowl. Here's what I'm saying. We all put in $1 million, and the first time they're in 2-3 techniques, I'm going to gain 6, and we're going to sit on that thing and protect it the rest of the way, and we're going to fund our off-season.'" I thought this was fun. You guys may not think this is funny. I thought this was so funny, and I don't think they went through with it, but but it's funny as hell. So if you pay attention to these props and you're out there on the field and there's millions of dollars just swinging around with these bets, and you're Tom Brady or you're anybody else, you can just print money out of thin air. just bet on yourself, and then dive one time, and you're in. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, off the sports ball. I just thought that was just way too funny for many reasons. What's up, Dark Devious? Thanks for the sub there. Thank you, Penny, for the sub as well. I saw your what you said there. So yeah, I think you may be right. If you have a gift sub, it may not allow you to sub up with Prime for the first bit here. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, and if you need help with that, let me know. All right, let's continue. That was funny. I thought that was funny. How about this one? This is from themedium.com, and this is your new normal, guys. This is your new normal. As many of you know, I live in Las Vegas, and this is from this month actually, and the headline is, "Are we witnessing the end of Las Vegas?" And clearly, we know this COVID thing is going on, and they're limiting all these things, and all these new rules, and it seems like there's going to never be an end. Oh crap! Are you kidding me? They cut me out of this. I was able to read this the first time through, and now they paywalled this. Oh well, you know what to do. I know what to do. All right, I'll just do this, and then we'll come back to it in a sec. Okay, anyway, we'll come back to that in just one moment. Let's go to this. This is reported by the Daily Mail. Talk about one of my favorite UK tabloids. They make the best tabloids, don't they? All right, here we go. Headline is this from the Daily Mail. "Out of control woke leftism and cancel culture from the U.S. is a threat to France because it attacks the nation's heritage and identity," French politicians and intellectuals say. This is too good. Really, the Frenchies are coming for this? Anyway, I know some French folks, and they're very fine people. But just saying, politicians, prominent intellectuals, and academics in France have voiced concern that out-of-control leftism and cancel culture from the United States is threatening French identity. They are arguing that American ideas on race, gender, post-colonialism, especially those coming from U.S. universities, are undermining French society and are an attack on French heritage. Oh, you don't say? You don't say. Nice of somebody to notice. The collection of intellectuals arguing that France is being contaminated by the leftism of America was buoyed on last year after French President Emmanuel Macron appeared to side with them. In a speech in October on the fight against separatism, Macron warned against leaving the intellectual debate to others, as he cautioned of the certain social science theories entirely imported from the United States. His education minister, Jean-Michel Blanquer, also warned in October that there is a battle to wage against an intellectual matrix from American universities. Interesting that again, like the Frenchies, the French nation, the nation of France, has come out and said that these whack politics from the far left are poisoning their culture. Their culture. I think it's a little bit cute, but pot kettle black. It's a sort of situation, but they're right. They are right. I mean, they're right in my opinion. Like this, you can't. Again, this is this is right out of a Marxist playbook. This is exactly right. You divide, you conquer, and then you get the intellectuals to side with you. And then as soon as you take over the government, then the intellectuals are done for because you don't need them anymore because you've got what you wanted. It was a complete takeover. And yeah, go ahead. Like if somebody disagrees with me, please, I'd love to hear why you think that's not the truth here. And again, I'll cite this for all this. And again, please. Don't take me wrong. Racism is real. Bad people exist, etc., so on, okay? But my point for all of this is you cannot create laws that will stop bad people from existing. Bad people will always exist. I'm sorry. It's just the way of it. And no matter how hard you want to make it true, how badly you want to make it true, no law that you put out there will stop people from being bad people. And that's really what we're looking at here. I mean, there's tons of laws out there that are trying to do this all the time, and people break those laws all the damn time, don't they? Yeah. So my challenge to the woke left is this. You want to make the laws that ensure there are no bad people. So propose what those laws are. And I've said this on Twitter before, and of course I get attacked and, quote, attacked on Twitter. And they say things like, oh, well, Marxism, right? It's always like the ones that are able to admit it, those are the things they say. But anyway, so if you actually have policy that you want to push through that you think will help with these views, this cancel culture stuff, and you think that it's legitimate, then you should have policy that you want the legislator to put through, right? That you think would make the world a better place. So if you have that and you are interested in that and talking about that, I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. If you really think there's something out there that could change this, but if your entire thing is burn this MFer down and you have no backup plan other than burn it down, all you're doing is handing all the power over to the elites. That's all you're doing. So I'm just saying, like, if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear you. I'd love to hear it. Again, I'm open to these things. I don't think I know everything. I'll never believe that because we're always learning. And if you got something to teach me, I'd love to know. So why do you think that this is not a threat? And just throwing it out there, or if you agree with me, that's fine too. And why do you, or what policies should be put into place that will change these things? Will change these, whatever it is that you deem is so terrible, right? So anyway, just saying. Clearly, the world is not a perfect place. There are lots of bad people, and like I said, I'd like to know where this starts and where this ends. And we know where it starts, but we don't know where this ends. And it seems to be that it will never end, that they will push and push and push and push until the whole MFer is burning down. And then what it is, then what? Surely after you burn it all down, there's a plan, right? I hope. Anyway, there we go. Enough on that. Let's go to the Wall Street Journal. Yeah, there's more. There's always more. The Wall Street Journal says this. Yeah. Look at this. Double masks offer significantly better protection The CDC study finds. Okay, well, let's see. Was Fauci right?
A lot of folks are hearing now about double masking, wearing two masks or trying to get one of those N95 medical grade masks. Do you believe that that's a...
You know, it likely does, because, I mean, this is a physical covering to prevent droplets and virus to get in. So if you have a physical covering with one layer, you put another layer on, it just makes common sense that it likely would be more effective. And that's the reason why you see people either double masking or doing a version of an N95.
All right. And so now the CDC agrees. So which came first, the Fauci or the CDC? That's the question. But anyway, here we go. Upgrading your mask can really make a big difference, according to a study published Wednesday by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Wearing a double mask or fitting a single mask more closely on the face substantially reduces the risk of infection with the COVID-19 virus. The study, published in the agency's Morbidity and Mortality Weekly Report, found in a series of laboratory experiments using head forms and machines to generate aerosols, the CDC found that wearing a 3-ply cloth mask over a 3-ply medical or surgical mask blocked 92.5% of particles from a cough. This was much more effective than a single mask. A surgical mask alone blocked cough particles by 42%, and a cloth mask blocked them by 44.3%. Okay, so anyway, one little paragraph. Medical and engineering experts say people need to upgrade their masks because new variants of the virus are spreading around the country, particularly one that is significantly more transmissible than the currently most common strain. Other studies, which have shown benefits from wearing double masks or using mask fitters, devices which tighten the fit. So other studies have shown. Okay, so, all right, well, which came first, the Fauci or the CDC? That's the question here. I just don't know. Can anybody explain to me why that the new strains are more transmissible than the old strain of COVID-19? Has anybody seen anything about that at all? About specifically why? Or is it we don't know why? Is it, again, we don't know? I don't know. I mean, this stuff, right? So, and then we're measuring these things against a straight-on cough, all right? So isn't that not the idea? I think the idea is you're supposed to cough into your sleeve, kind of like this routine. Right? You cough into your sleeve, and so it doesn't spray particles all over the damn grocery store or wherever you're at. So, I don't know. You tell me. What the hell's really going on here? So we're measuring these against coughs now, when it's typically just people breathing on each other sort of situation with the 6-foot distance and all this other garbage they're telling us, right? So, I mean, sorry, the science. Pardon me, I didn't mean garbage. I meant to say science. I just got confused in my head. You understand. I just made a mistake. But this, I don't know. You tell me. So we're measuring this against a cough. I mean, Tim Cass said this the other day, and this is hilarious. He said, so at what point are they going to just tell us to put the plastic bag over our head and then tie the knot? He's like, that way no droplets can get out whatsoever and nobody will get sick. Mm-hmm. Exactly. This stuff is just facepalm, is it not? Yes. All right. Anyway, you guys know what's up. This is a word from our sponsor. Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us. Okay, this is from CNBC. Cannabis stocks soar as Reddit crowd that spiked GameStop jumps in. Tilray surges 50%. All right, right? Remember, we've seen this before. We've seen this with silver and some other things. Well, don't ever take the mainstream media for any sort of stock advice because they're liars. They're liars. Just letting you know, they are liars. But I didn't actually double check this one, but you know how we could easily? We just go to Wall Street Bets and we check ourselves. and see if they're talking about it there. And like I said, there would be a mega thread, lots of people chiming in, lots of people doing this. Let's see what this article says. Shares of a handful of cannabis stocks surged Wednesday, the newest set of targets from the Reddit trading community, betting on the federal legalization of the plant under the new Democratic administration. Shares of Tilray soared 50%, bringing the stock's year-to-date gain to more than 670%. Canopy Growth rose 6%, adding to its 110% rally in 2021. Afria popped 10%. Blah, blah. Aurora Cannabis rose 20%. Blah, blah. You get the idea. The group of cannabis companies are garnering attention from the same Wall Street Bets Reddit army that contributed to the epic short squeeze in GameStop last month. Several posts on the social media forum show users expressing optimism about the stock's upside. Okay, now let me ask you. Threads on this Wall Street Bets subreddit expressing optimism about the stock's upside is not the same thing as pulling off an epic short squeeze, right? Just saying. Anyway, it continues. Let's see. Somebody says TLRY and APHA calls since January 5th, 2021 got me over 500K today. Still think it has much upside. One Reddit post said. Okay, there we go. One Reddit post. All right, another. We need to make me a millionaire in 2021. Another post with more than 107,000 likes said. Okay. All right. Quote, we believe the rally in Canadian names is mostly driven by retail investors, maybe fueled by Robinhood and Reddit. That's really piling into the Canadian cannabis memes, or names in particular. See that? I read names and I say memes. Pablo Zuanic, an analyst at Cantor Fitzgerald, told CNBC, I'm not going to say it's a GameStop type of case, but the Canadian rally is not entirely based on fundamentals. But when we talk to clients, we tell them, careful trying to short these Canadian names because you know what happened with GameStop on the way up. Oh, I see. So it's not. It really has nothing to do with this same sort of GameStop thing. It's not in any way, shape, or form. It's not the same at all. But of course, right, for clickbait and for the rest of this, they put the name in there, don't they? There you go. They got to put the GameStop name right there on the headline. Like these guys are now assaulting this stock with some sort of massive. I don't know, the army of the subreddit. I don't know, whatever the heck this is, but no, right? Like I said, like fake news, sure, fine. The cannabis stuff is looking up because the blue party is in, and they may, they need to. I think they need to anyway. Allow it nationally. The cannabis, strip the national ban, whatever, but. Yeah, so of course those stocks are going to go up. Like it's knucklehead stuff. It's like no kidding. Like we all know this. If you're into the stock market at all and you pay attention to politics at all, if they legalize it, cannabis federally, clearly all the cannabis stocks are going to shoot. Come on. But it had nothing to do with GameStop, by the way. Anyway, here we go. So now this is from Fox 8. Now please don't do this, guys. Holy shit. What? Like this is the world we live in. What in the hell is this? Gorilla Glue Challenge sends Louisiana man to the ER. Have you guys seen any of this? Like, come on, stop it. Just stop it. Man gets solo cup stuck to his mouth after challenge. Yeah, okay. So one woman actually styled her hair with Gorilla Glue and ended up in the hospital because, of course, Gorilla Glue is one of the most sticky substances known to mankind. I say that not scientifically, just anecdotally. Don't put this in your hair, guys, please. Don't. Here we go. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A Louisiana native has a message for anyone who wants to try the Gorilla Glue Challenge. Don't do it. Okay? In an exclusive interview, Martin said he did the challenge to prove that the viral video seen with Tessica Brown, who sprayed Gorilla Glue adhesive in her hair, was not as serious as she made it seem. Really, people? Like, this is the science we want to do? We want to spray glue on our head and say, it ain't that bad? Get out of here, please. Martin was seen on the Dr. Oz show in 2020 discussing his experience engaging in the ice cream challenge and consequences he faced. But he said he does not want to send out a bad message by doing these challenges. Quote, everyone is on social media. Every day there is a new challenge. But I did not think it would go this far, Martin said. Len Martin says he created the challenge after the already viral video of another Louisiana native who used the adhesive in her hair. In a Facebook video, Martin says that he believed he could glue the red Solo cup to his lip and lick it right off. Video of that unfortunate incident can be seen below. Let's see.
Girl, hell, that shit ain't true. I'm gonna show y'all something. I got some Gorilla Glue right here. Super glue, real. Watch out. I'm gonna take it, put it on this cup, put it in my mouth. Then I'm gonna be to lick it and get it off. It's easy. Gorilla Glue garbage. Telling you now.
I feel like we need to clear the air because you don't
want
out.
Something
Crazy happening.
Put it on here.
Farewell thing. You know what? I think. Hey. How are you?
You know, put it on my mouth.
Okay, and clearly he couldn't get it off. And there he is. There he is in the hospital with the cup stuck to his face. Oh my God. Okay. Guys, don't do this. Please don't do this. There's a new social media challenge every day. There's a new social media challenge every day, and you don't have to partake in any of them, guys. Not a single one. You don't have to do any of this. Oh, dear Lord. Yes. No. Please don't. Please don't. It is funny, not funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go to Scientific American. How AI is learning to identify toxic online content. Oh, I see. Machine learning systems could help flag hateful, threatening, or offensive language. Actually, before we get to this, let me ask, what do you guys think? Have any of you done the Gorilla Glue Challenge? What do you think about any of the things we've talked about, or anything else for that matter? 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link. Phone numbers on the top of the website. Let us continue. How AI is learning to identify toxic online content. Awesome. Social platforms, large and small, are struggling to keep their communities safe from hate speech, extremist content, harassment, and misinformation. Most recently, here we go again, far-right agitators posted openly about plans to storm the U.S. Capitol before doing just that on January 6th. All right, I'm going to stop right there. Just like I've said, this was common knowledge. The Capitol Police, shame on them. $500 million a year budget, complete common knowledge just by looking at any kind of social media. Like I said, that day I woke up and I turned on the TV onto CNN because I wondered if any of this was going to really go down. And it did. Shame on the people that are supposed to be keeping these institutions safe. Because it seems to me, call me a conspiracy theorist, but it seems to me that they knew this was coming and they didn't do a damn thing about it because they wanted it to happen. Just throwing it out there. Here we go. This article continues. So again, most recently, far-right agitators posted openly about plans to storm the U.S. Capitol before doing just that on January 6th. So everybody knew about it and nobody did anything to stop it. Is that what we're saying here? Yeah, that's what they're saying. And again, right, that is not the mainstream narrative at all. But that's the truth, isn't it? The more you look into this, the more you read these things. No, don't. No, Dark TV says I'm trying it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Gorilla Glue is some shit, man. That's yeah. Don't do it. All right, so here we go. The prevalence of hateful or offensive language online has been growing rapidly in recent years, and the problem is now rampant. In some cases, toxic comments online have even resulted in real-life violence, from religious nationalism in Myanmar to neo-Nazi propaganda in the U.S. All right, so Toxic comments have resulted in real-life violence, neo-Nazi propaganda in the U.S. Can somebody anywhere out there point to me where neo-Nazi propaganda caused violence here in the United States? Just curious. If you got a direct correlation, I'd love to know. I'd love to know. They keep saying this, and then they keep not having, neo-Nazis burning things down. So I'm just curious what's going on here. And I'm not protecting Nazis. Again, I don't care. They can be stupid and whatever they want to be, but I'm just still waiting to see it. And I don't see it. They keep saying it, but I keep not seeing it. But anyway, social media platforms relying on thousands of human reviewers are struggling to moderate the ever-increasing volume of harmful content. In 2019, it was reported that Facebook moderators are at risk of suffering from PTSD as a result of repeated exposure to such distressing content. Yeah. Outsourcing this work to machine learning can help manage the rising volumes of harmful content while limiting human exposure to it. Oh, how could this go wrong? Has anybody seen, as a matter of fact, the show we did last night on Troubled Minds? Well, check this out. Let me show you. I'll pull it up right on the damn stream. Let's do this. Let's take a look. Look what this says. All right. Right there. Fact checked. You want to see it? Fact checked. Again, 2 days in a row. QAnon. So I was complaining last night on the show about, and this show was about UFO Navy patents, all right, and advanced propulsion and reverse engineering UFOs to some extent, all right, and where that information came from. But I was complaining that they keep fact checking the shows that I do based on what? Things I didn't say. And so I complained about it last night. I didn't even use the word Q, but I said Aranon, and look what they do. They fact-checked me. Again, QAnon is a disproven and discredited far-right conspiracy theory alleging that a secret cabal of Satan-worshipping cannibalistic pedophiles is running a global child sex trafficking ring and plotted against former U.S. President Donald Trump while he was in office. All right. So again, how could this go wrong? When suddenly you have AI running amok, labeling things as what they are not, and of course, right, then they get this nice, easy censorship blanket of being able to just shut me up anybody, you for that, anybody. It doesn't matter me. I'm saying me because I'm me and I'm talking about me, right? And all the damn work I've done, they're going to just shut it down. You'll see. It's coming. Like I said, and Penny pointed this out. I think she's right. I said within 6 months, I'll be surprised if we last 6 months with this show on Facebook and on YouTube. They're probably going to shut it down because they've lumped in the things we do here as supporters of Q. And we're not. Never have been, never will be, because we talked about it in I even called it a LARP or a PSYOP. Like I've been negative toward it mostly. And so the thing is, it doesn't matter, does it? Because once you're that conspiracy theorist, they get to call you whatever the hell they want to call you. And this is what's happening. So again, right? How AI is learning to identify toxic online content. So explain to me how talking about the UFOs and the actual patents by that Pais guy, right? An actual scientist. And this stuff it's right there on Wikipedia. So they're allowed to say it, but I'm not because why? They're not fact-checking Wikipedia as QAnoners when they do whatever it is they do, when they put up the article about this. Anyway, like it's not, this is not right. And not only that, these algorithms, they hide behind them because they're all proprietary, right? They get to tinker with them, they get to change what they do and what they say, and how often they actually moderate people, whatever, right? But anyway, like once again, how could this go wrong? I'll tell you, it's going wrong right now. And so no, people need to be involved in this. And once you let AI run amok, forget it. The censorship is out of the cat is out of the bag, genie's out of the bottle. You'll never get it back in, and that's it. It's a wrap. You'll and I believe we are not going to be We are not going to be online. I think after 2021, I'm pretty sure. Sometime this year, the hammer is going to come down, and they're going to shut us off because they think we're terrorists. And they're making every single move with these algorithms to make sure that it looks like we're terrorists, right? Think about it. Now, all they do is pull up a spreadsheet or a report, and they go, oh, look, troubled minds. These guys came up as flag talking about QAnon 22 times in the last 10 weeks. You see? When I didn't talk about that shit at all. You see? But then they pull up a report and a human reviews it and goes, yeah, well, we got to make the move on these guys. And they do. And I said nothing of the sort and deserved none of that. But you see what's happening here. You see the moves they're making, just like we've said. It is coming. This is coming. And the funny thing is, all this, you stupid people out there, you stupid people that you think this is a good thing because let's say you don't like what I say. Let's say you don't like what somebody else says. Like you don't like what Alex Jones says, right? And you're happy he's gone, right? Alex Jones was the canary in the coal mine, and nobody did shit for him. Like they laughed at him. They're like, oh, ha, ha, conspiracy theorist, he deserves it. Take him down from all the platforms, remove him from Shopify, take away his ability to take credit card donations. Ha, 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 Alex Jones. Guess what? Now you are Alex Jones. And nobody stood up for him, and now nobody will stand up for you. And they're going to take it all down. They will take it all down. And me, I'm just in between. I'm in between all of that. And they're going to take us down, guys. It's going to happen. And these are the types of things you need to stand up to. You need to complain. You need to scream to the highest levels. You need to contact YouTube. You need to do all these things and let them know this is not acceptable. Contact Twitter. Contact all these people. The more noise we make about the bullshit they're pulling, the more they may think twice. Because they start to think in terms of market share and how much they may lose if they continue to make stupid moves. But I'm telling you, nobody stood up for Alex Jones. People laughed at him, right? And sure, fine. Alex Jones is who he is, and he said some dumb things. But we've all said some dumb things, have we not? But nobody stood up for him. And now, when this happens and this digital Armageddon comes, nobody is standing up for you. So somebody needs to. Somebody needs to say it. Ugh. We'll be right back. You're listening to Conspiracy News with Michael Strange. Okay, welcome back. My little rant there gets my blood pressure up just a smidge, but I'm not really that mad. I'm just kidding. But I'm mad. I'm upset, but I don't get mad like that. I don't get mad. But anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is exactly that. When they came for the trade unionists, right? Like, how's the saying go? You guys know this. I'm not going to say it because if I say the whole thing, they'll flag me as a Nazi or a this or a that or whatever. But when they came for Alex Jones, nobody stood up for him. And then finally, when they came for me, there was nobody left to stand up for me. This is happening. This is happening. And it may not be all those terrible things from the 1930s in Germany, okay? But it is silencing voices. It is shutting down dissent. It is shutting down discussion, shutting down discussion, and it's flat out Orwellian 1984 style censorship. Yeah. What do you guys think about this? 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. And speaking of this stuff, let's go to this one. This is reported by thedeadline.com. And as of today, Lucasfilm calls Gina Carano's social media posts abhorrent. Actress no longer employed by Mandalorian Studio. Now, the things she tweeted are, let's say, not in any good taste, in my opinion, at all. However, so let's just read it. In the wake of Gina Carano's controversial social media posts, Lucasfilm has released a statement Wednesday night with the spokesperson saying Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Okay. Carano played. Oh, anyway, blah blah. We know. Here's what she wrote. The actress shared a TikTok post comparing the current divided political climate in the U.S. to Nazi Germany. Now, look, right? So if you actually are on one side, the protected side for now, and you call the other guys Nazis, it's cool, it's fair, it's fine, and nobody gives a shit, right? They will not take you down. They'll celebrate it. The mob will pile on and call them Nazis also. Now her being on the other side, she's on the red team. She said this. Actually, she shared a TikTok, not even hers, that said this. Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point to where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views, she wrote. All right, after sharing a TikTok. That's again, not my words. This is what Gina Carano, I think, typed it when it was at Instagram or Twitter. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's what she said. Okay, again, tasteless. I think the comparison is not fair at all. And so again, this is the problem we have when everybody runs to call each other Nazis. There's a big damn problem, right? Because it's not accurate. It's just not accurate. But anyway, so because of this, here we go. They took her down. She's fired, and she will no longer be working with the Mandalorian. So there you go. Again, be careful of calling your neighbors Nazis, and that goes for all sides. I don't care. I don't care what you believe politically, but holy shit, please stop calling people Nazis. Go back to the tirade I did. I went off on when Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing this. Just stop it. Like it's not healthy, and dehumanizing the other side politically is not good. This is how wars begin. This is how again you unperson folks so that you can actually attack them freely and without guilt, right? Is you label them something that is not human, and that way when you attack this thing that is not human, you feel you are in the right. It's a righteous thing, okay? Except it doesn't change the fact that you are still attacking human beings. You're still calling them baseless names, baseless accusations, and this is the world we live in. It's a bunch of garbage, and just another casualty of this. Now, in my opinion, she shouldn't have wrote this. Like again, it's in poor taste. It's a terrible comparison. It's a terrible comparison. It just really is. But come on, like this is where we're at. It's fine for one side to call the other side Nazis, not fine for the other side to make the same comparison with censorship when it's very clear that they did in the 30s with their censorship regimes and Goebbels and all this stuff. It's history. It's there, and so we're able to cherry pick it and weaponize it, and but only for one side and not the other. And then the one side gets fired, the other side gets a promotion. It's dumb. This is dumb. This whole cultural war stuff is incredibly stupid, and it just pisses me off. It pisses me off. Divide and conquer. What's up? Lizzie says it was a pic. Was it? It was a picture? Yeah. I don't know. Like, again, I'm not on the tip of this on knowing exactly what these people are all doing with their Instagrams and their thises and their thatses. I don't know. I see the news reports. I see what they say they said. So if that's inaccurate, then that's fine. We can follow up. But come on. I mean, come on. Stop. Just stop calling your neighbors Nazis. This is not going to help. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Just stop it. Stop. Stop it. Quantamagazine.org reports this. Brain's background noise may hold clues to persistent mysteries. Interesting stuff here. This is brand new. As always, we have a brand hot spanking news coming to you every day. At a sleep research symposium in January 2020, hold on, let's just skip to the good part. For patients who are comatose or under anesthesia, it can be all important that physicians make that distinction correctly, doing the boundary between wakefulness and unconsciousness, being able to determine that distinction correctly. Doing so is trickier than it might sound, however, because when someone is in the dreaming state of rapid eye movement sleep, their brain produces the same familiar, smoothly oscillating brain waves as when they are awake. The Dr. Hare Ledner argued, though, that the answer isn't in the regular brain waves, but rather in an aspect of neural activity that scientists might normally ignore: the erratic background noise. Some researchers seemed incredulous. They said, "So you're telling me there's like information in the noise?" said Ledner, an anesthesiologist, a resident at the University Medical Center in Tübingen, Germany, who recently completed a postdoc at the University of California, Berkeley. I said, yes, someone's noise is another one's signal. Ledner is one of a growing number of neuroscientists energized by the idea that noise in the brain's electrical activity could hold new clues to its inner workings. What was once seen as the neurological equivalent of annoying television static may have profound implications for how scientists study the brain. And interesting, right? That very much like that, quote, junk DNA. This is the same thing, right? We have a very, very intricate a body in the way these things work. And for people to just, the doctors to just throw these things out as it's background noise. It might not mean shit, or junk DNA. Come on now. Like, are we being real about these things? Like the fact that it's just cast aside as nothing, or, unnecessary things that the body is doing. I'm not so sure the body spends a ton of energy doing a bunch of unnecessary things, to be perfectly honest. But, again, it is what it is. Hopefully that they find maybe that electrical impulse, the static that's happening in the back of the brain, the electromagnetic television static, as it were, is maybe that's our consciousness. Maybe there's something in there. Maybe there's truth in them neurons somewhere. But who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Lizzie says, I put the pic in Discord that Gina posted. Okay, let's see if we can find this, and we'll pull this up. So was it a distasteful photograph? Is that what happened? Let's see. Going back to Gino Carano for just 1 second. Okay, let's see. We're going to do this. All right. So this is what she posted. Let's do it. No, that didn't work. How about this? This will work. Okay, here's the image that was posted by Gina Carano. Thank you for sharing that, Lizzie. Appreciate that. All right, let's go. Let's look at this and zoom it in real fast so you can see it. This is what she posted. Again, like I said, I think the post in general, what she wrote was in poor taste. I think again, I don't care which, politically I don't care. Like, we shouldn't be calling each other Nazis, and that's just my opinion on this. And here we go. So it looks like are they chasing this woman in the street and like beating her with sticks or something? I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. It appears to be a woman in distress, half her clothes ripped off. I don't know the historical context of this photograph, but anyway, so I'm assuming it's something to that effect. They're accosting people and beating them and chasing them. That's what it looks like, and clearly they would be Jews. But anyway, so you get the idea, right? So this is what was posted. This got Gina Carano fired. Like I said, I don't really care. Like I didn't think she was a particularly fantastic actress or anything of the sort. But it doesn't quite matter, does it? Because the conversation to me is much larger than all of that. It's about whether this stuff, we should be using these things and talking about these things as weapons, weaponizing the past to take down your political foes today. It's just stupid. Before we go to the next one, thank you for sharing that, Lizzie. So here we go. Before we continue with the last segment here, we have a message from our sponsor, which is you. Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us. Okay, not the Golf Channel says I might have to quit listening for a minute. I almost stroked out over this once already today. The Gina Carano stuff, yeah. Divide and conquer, says Dark Devious, and that's completely right. All right, let's see. We're a little long today, so we're going to cut out some of these. And actually, we're not going to do that at all. We're going to take this phone call because we have smart people listening to this show, and this young lady happens to be a friend of mine. So let's take this phone call, and we will continue with the show. Chantel, you are on Conspiracy News. It's Michael Strange. How are you today?
I'm good. I haven't called in for a while. I've been listening, but I just thought I'd say hello. My mind is so troubled I can't even tell you how troubled it is.
There's a lot to be troubled about.
If it's everything. If it's any consolation, I live in a little hick town here in Ohio. I went to one of our local grocery stores, and in the checkout, someone had turned around all the magazines that had pictures of Biden and Harris on them and turned them around.
That's funny. That's funny.
Coming home, it was funny, yes. And coming home, I went through a shortcut through the rich part of town, and somebody there has a sign out that says "Tyranny, freedom over tyranny." I'm telling you what, people are starting to get woke, but not woke, awakened. We don't even use that word anymore, and that bugs me.
We should, yes.
Awakened. There's people are, even my mother, she's going to turn 90 next week. She wanted to get her Bible out and look through Revelation because she says things just aren't right.
They're not.
I think more and more people are. No, they're very wrong, and it's very, very scary. But, I don't know. My daughter and I were talking, how do you combat this, and where do we go? But another thing, for you, I'm afraid you're going to be taken down. What you need to do is start your own website. Well, you got one, but do like the subscription thing on that, $5 for one level, and then $7 a month for something else, and go with that, and you'll be, at least you'll have something. Because they're going to take you down. Richard Dolan's afraid they're going to take him down if he says the wrong thing. Everybody's afraid because everybody sees what's going on.
Yeah, and it's indiscriminate at this point. They don't even care. Like they want if you even go just one tiny tiptoe outside of the line, that's it. That's enough for them. Like you're a Nazi. And we're back to that again. It's the dumbest thing ever, and it's disgusting. And you're right. So here's what we're gonna do. I don't have exactly the details, but we will do something like that. And if we have to go, like basically the luxury we have with the streams is we have the video. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's the luxury. So you can you can see me on camera. Oh. You can see the articles I share. Yeah. But if we have to, we can go straight audio, and it's cheap and it's easy to do, and we could just stream audio live, and we don't need YouTube or Facebook or any of these people for that. So there are ways we'll be able to get around this. So I'm not terrified of this. I like I said, I knew it was coming, and we will have something in the works in the next couple months because you have to have a backup plan now. We may lose the video portion, but it's not the end of the world. It's the words that mean something, and so the words will continue. So, yeah. So it is coming.
Exactly.
Thank you for the. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I wonder if this is what Biden was talking about when he talked about the dark days of winter. Because they sure are dark.
The dark winter. Yeah. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Or I don't even think he's in charge. Like as we saw with the last 4 years, the deep state bristled with Trump. They just couldn't stand it because he didn't do what he was told. Yeah. But now you get Biden in, and the deep state is it's like you're petting the cat, and the cat is satisfied, and the cat is just nice now instead of just being crazy and clawing people and things. So I think he's being told what to do.
Has it ever happened where they? I'm sorry.
No, go right ahead.
But have they ever completely silenced a former president like they have done? I mean, whether you agree with him or not, to completely silence him, and the networks won't even carry any news about him, it's like the man never existed.
Yeah, canceled. Donald Trump has been canceled.
It's scary. Yeah, really canceled. Yeah, it's really scary.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the world we live in.
I just had to vent a little and let you know I'm still around.
I appreciate it. Look, you asked a question, how do we combat this? I'll tell you how. It's small, but again, many of us doing the same thing in numbers may change things. So you call up your cable provider if you have television, and you tell them about the terrible networks. You tell them you don't like CNN. You tell them whatever it is. You don't like Fox News, whatever. You call up your radio stations. You tell them to take these people off the air. Now, this is exactly what they're doing to folks like us, right? That want to have like a free and open discussion. When they take us down, you complain like hell to whoever will listen, and continue and continue and continue. That's all we can do. We can let people know that we are not going to take this, and there are other ways to get messages out, and we have a backup. We'll be able to do it. If they took us down today, I promise you, within 10 days, we would be back up, and we would be probably streaming more than ever. We'd just be audio instead. So it's okay. Like, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. This show's not going anywhere. But I think there are little things we can do by just voicing our concerns to the powers that be. I think there's some power in that, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they still care.
Amen. Amen to that, sister.
Okay.
I appreciate the call. I appreciate it. Chantel from Ohio, you are the best. God bless. Stay safe out there, okay?
Okay, you too. Take care. Bye.
Hey, thanks a lot, my friend. There you go. There you go. See? Open phone line means you get amazing people call. Just like that. Thank you, Chantel. Fantastic call. 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org. I think we're out of time. No, we got a couple minutes left. Let's do a couple more. If you guys want to, again, as always, I'd rather talk to you guys. So if you have comments on any of these things that we've talked about today, the Gina Carano stuff, or the censorship, or whatever's going on, and again, it just keeps bubbling up, doesn't it? Like, it's one thing after another. Each day, it's a new thing. Each day, it's a new thing. Each day, they're taking one tiny step forward with what's happening, who they're going after, and how quickly they're being removed. That's unfortunate, but that is the conspiracy of the news. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Let's continue then. Thank you again for that fantastic call. I hadn't heard from Chantel in a while, and she is doing well, apparently. So thank you. Thank you for the call. Let's see. Let's pick a nice one here. How about this? Yeah, let's do this. Speaking of troubled minds. Let's go to this one. This is rocketstem.org. Why the International Space Station is riddled with bacteria. Panspermia, they say, right? Okay, so let's see. The story stems from a new NASA study reported in Microbiome, which found that some bacterial pathogens, including actinobacteria, often associated with human skin, are thriving in the space station 248 miles above the Earth. Not that is necessarily a bad thing. Oh yeah? A more level-headed microbiological newspaper under my editorship would have tweaked the headline to read, "Microbiologists not surprised that the International Space Station is filled with microorganisms." Sounds tasty. Okay, so microbes are everywhere, and in large numbers, they say. They show wide diversity and thrive where it is hospitable, while colonizing area we would not think possible, such as hot springs in the middle of salt crystal and the bottom of the deepest oceans. The human body carries just as many bacterial cells as human cells, and we, like the environment, would suffer if we were microbiologically sterile. Bacteria in our guts process food, protect us from invasive germs, and also challenge and boost our immune systems, making them stronger. So what's that got to do with ISS and NASA? Well, let's just say that no microbiologist would be surprised or alarmed to hear that NASA has found the ISS to be filled with microbes, including a few germs or bacteria that cause disease. It is an enclosed unit, it has oxygen, and is filled with people who are shedding skin and bacteria. Interesting. And so the International Space Station is riddled with germs and bacteria. Who knew? Icky. Does anybody germaphobe out there? Icky. All right, where are we at? Okay, another minute or two and we're done. Let's go one more. Listen to the haunting music of ancient peoples. This is from inverse.com, and this is a fantastic website. And I mean that this time, at least from the things I found on it. Pretty good stuff. So when you think of classical music, you might imagine a tune from Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata or one of Mozart's piano concertos. These works are considered foundational to the European classical music traditions. But in truth, the fundamentals of music predate these masterpieces by thousands of years. Our modern fascination with music is embedded in cultural practices honed over millennia. But due to the paucity of written records, it is difficult to know what this music would have sounded like to our ancestors' ears. Now, thanks to research, you can listen to some of this ancient music for the first time in almost 18,000 years. In a study published Wednesday in the journal Science Advances, researchers re-examined an 18,000-year-old conch shell, which has gathered dust for almost a century in the National History Museum of Toulouse, France. And there's the conch shell, if you guys are watching the stream here, and which of course you are, because we're not broadcasting anywhere else. The shell is an artifact of the prehistoric people who once lived in the cave of Marsoulis in southwest France, where the seashell was originally discovered in 1931. In the new study, the researchers revealed these ancient peoples had modified the conch so it could produce beautiful music. Now, let's listen to this. We got a little 11-second clip. Listen to the conch shell's haunting song, played for the first time in millennia. That's pretty good if you ask me. I could sample some kind of something to that. Put a sick beat in there. It would sound pretty good. But yeah, this stuff is great, fascinating to me. We've talked about in the past, not very much, and we probably should talk more about it. But Stonehenge and the binaural beats and this sort of thing that is supposedly a way to alter human consciousness with music. And with these chants and with things like this, so interesting. I thought this was a pretty neat news story. And again, right, maybe some of the things you won't find in the mainstream media, but that really should be. This is pretty neat that they found this conch shell. That, as many people know, you could find like a conch shell on the beach. I'm sure they're probably been picked clean by now, and they're more and more difficult to find these days. But still, they're out there. They exist. And you can blow into them and create these tones. But this one in particular has actually been modified so that they could play different tones from it. So pretty cool, pretty neat stuff. Inverse.com, check it out. Pretty nice website, like I said. Interesting things they put up on there. And yeah, good. Where are we? Let's see. There we go. Thank you again, Chantel, for the call. Fantastic stuff. Tonight, we will be on Troubled Minds. One more show for the week. We will be doing tonight on the Fringe FM and on Facebook and YouTube. And we'll continue doing that until they ban us, of course. But and by the way, the reach on Facebook, I noticed, has basically dropped off, I don't know, by probably 60% or so, somewhere in that range, 50 or 60%. It's maybe more than that. It's completely just dropped off. Like the reach we used to get is now almost dead in the water. So the algorithms are at work. And so if this is the case, so you guys know, you'll hear it here first. If Facebook completely shuts us down so we get almost no reach whatsoever when we do the streams, and there's only 12 people showing up or whatever, the same 12 people, God bless them, thank you. I'm going to send out, I'll just shut down Facebook and I won't use it. So we'll go straight to YouTube and only YouTube, and then when they shut that down, that'll be that. So if they want to play these games with reach and the viewership is actually growing, but somehow when we stream on Facebook, the reach is dwindling, right? So figure that out. That doesn't work mathematically. I'm sorry, but when you get to tweak the algorithms in their favor or against us, then it does make sense. So anyway, just as that's what's up. That's what's going on. Being transparent about all of it. Like I said, if it comes to that, I'll quit Facebook instead. And then if they're going to try and grind it out so nobody sees it when I'm streaming there, I just won't stream there. How about that? And then they can worry about whatever they want to worry about when they get their nice woke echo chamber, and they can deal with that. But yeah, so that's what's happening. And tonight, 7 p.m. for right now, let's finish this up. Let's talk about the Star Wars crawl, and let's talk about the people who have subbed up to this channel and have supported us. And first, thank you to all the people who listen. Appreciate it a lot. Special thanks to Eli showing up first every day with bells on to every show. Appreciate that a lot. It definitely makes this easy to do. Thank you for everybody spending your time with us. I know, like I said, there's a million things you could be doing right now, but you're here. And so thank you for that. And this is the extra special thank you to the folks that have subbed up to the channel. If you want to be on this list, this Star Wars crawl, just sub up to the channel. Twitch, right there. Click subscribe. We'll put you in the list. Special thanks to Tam Bam as well, who is not on this list but has also subbed up, and also Penny Bunny, that got a gift sub, so cannot actually sub up yet, but is going to. This show is funded directly by a decentralized freedom squad that answers only to ourselves. Corporate and political interests can jump off. Thank you to AJ Dare, Alien Nichan, Arc Platinum, Axel Steel 3, Dark Devious, FGC Spiral, Guerdo75, Ident, Lizzie Dags, Monochromatic, Nikki Nix, Noble Cal L, Often Frozen, Quint67, Supervike 1, and Satan Claus. More extra special thanks to Dwayne Dibley, Noble Cal L, Monochromatic, and Mr. Arc for sending out gift subs on Twitch and also boosting the Discord server. Thank you guys. You got, like I said, all the enthusiasm for this show makes it easy to do. It's a lot of work, but I think it's worth it. I think we're getting the word out, and I think that, you can't shut us down. I promise you. If they ban all of everything tomorrow, we'll be back up within 10 days, streaming audio only, streaming more than ever. They can't stop us, guys. Absolutely cannot stop us. They can try. And the best part is the Streisand effect. Then we will officially be the banned talk show. That's easy to market. You've been listening to Conspiracy News with Michael Strange. You guys are the best. See you tonight at 7 p.m. on The Fringe and on Facebook and on YouTube. Have a great afternoon.